If you are someone who has the desire right now to learn how to perceive the energy of anything, of the non physical, more deeply, I invite you to stick around and watch this video because I'm going to share three cornerstones that will allow you to perceive the energy of spirit and the non physical with greater ease and certainty. My name is Christine from Kyanite Psychic Services, and I love to help sensitive souls build confidence and trust in their innate gifts and abilities. You can find out more about me and my services at kyanitepsychic.com. So, the first cornerstone that I want to share is in order to perceive the energy of anything out there, external to you, you've got to become very familiar with the energy of you, of in here, and get into the habit and practice of clearing and cleansing your field, of protecting your energy, of going inward. One of the most common questions that I get from people that are wanting to develop their psychic abilities is how do I know if the message I'm receiving is something I just made up or coming from out there? How do I know if what I'm seeing is something I created in my mind or it's coming from spirit? And in my opinion, you can't answer that question until you get into the habit and practice of going inward and regulating your fields, right? Your body chakras and aura. Because if you're not regularly grounding and releasing whatever isn't you from your field, you can't really answer that question accurately. So I know, people might hear the word meditation, go, oh no, I tried it, I'm not good at it. And I just want to say that was me. That was me many years ago. I had such a hard time sitting still. I had a very active mind. And I still do. I'm a thinker. But I found it really beneficial at the start when I wanted to really get serious about learning how to cultivate my abilities. Found it helpful to work with energy tools and meditation first. So it's not the type of meditation where you close your eyes and you're trying not to think any thoughts, right? That's not the best starting point for most of us in our modern world, let's be honest. But rather, you close your eyes, you get centered, and just start to work through a series and process of creating and using energy tools to release energy, to bring in energies you desire, to check in with your body. And over time, doing that, I found that actually it's much easier and I enjoy the types of meditations where I'm just watching my thoughts or releasing thoughts and things like that. But to go back to, cornerstones of reading energy, it is so important to cultivate a routine and practice for yourself of checking in with you and regulating you so that you can tell the difference between what is you and what is not you. And so that you're not matching or taking on the energy of anything external to you. And when you're starting on this path, you don't need to jump in and do energy work and meditation for hours a day, right? It can be as simple as getting centered and grounding for 5-10 minutes a day. And then over time, playing with that and increasing it as it feels good to you. But again, this is step one. When you want to perceive the energy of anything more deeply, you have to become comfortable with your energy and notice your boundaries, right? Notice the difference between what is you and not you. The second cornerstone of learning how to perceive the energy of anything is give yourself structure. We're most often, only aware of what we're focusing on. This is true with our physical senses, right? We're looking at one thing and that's what we see. We don't see everything in the world all at once, right? We're aware of what we focus on. So give yourself a structure and a framework to perceive the energy of whatever you want to take a look at. You don't have to stick with that structure every time you read energy, but it's a wonderful starting point, and that helps to build confidence in the process. So, for example, say you want to take a look at what's going on in someone's energetic body. If you got yourself set up to perceive energy, went through all the steps of regulating your body, and then, okay, show it to me, and left your space really open, it would be a lot more challenging than if you were to create in your mind's eye a little structure of the body to look at first. One of my teachers loves to call it the gingerbread cookie. And I usually will say that now too, because it's cute and funny. But you want to take a look at a body and notice what's moving, what lights up there, rather than just having a blank space. Okay, show it to me. Maybe moving forward, it might become more fluid and organic for you in perceiving the energy of the body. But first, give yourself that structure. And then all you have to do is communicate whatever you perceive, right? The third cornerstone that I want to share with you all today is adopt a childlike mindset, beginner's mind, which means notice whatever you're noticing and spit it out, right? Communicate it. I know that can be really hard for us to do as adults. We want to filter it through our logical mind, right? And analyze it before we say it because we don't want to sound, uneducated or stupid or whatever, right? We don't want to say it wrong or do it wrong. But, throw all that out the window and let each and every experience be new. Just like for a child, every experience that they're having as they're growing and developing is new. And they're going to tell it like it is. I used to teach little kids music classes, like age 7, 8, 9. It was super fun, tiring, but fun. And what I loved the most about that age group is they had no filter, for better or for worse. Like, that color looks funny on you, or I don't like this piece. Can we play the other one? Right? Maybe you didn't want to hear it, but it was always the truth for them. And they just told you whatever they were feeling, whatever was, coming into their experience. And it's refreshing. And for us as adults, modern society, programming, conditioning, whatever you want to call it, it does a lot to kind of remove us from that energy. So it's our job to really consciously bring it on back. Whatever you perceive when you're regulating your energy field, you're creating that structure for yourself. And then, okay, whatever you notice is what you notice. That's what spirit is showing you in this moment. So don't judge it. Just communicate. Yes, when you're in a professional practice, sometimes there's that question of discernment. Is this something to communicate to a client, or is this something just to work with your guides to heal and shift for them, right? That's different. But when you're learning how to perceive energy, it's important to just spit it out. Notice what you notice and then communicate it, right? Don't filter or limit yourself. So this can be challenging, again, especially for those of us that are really accomplished in other fields and other professions. We want to bring in that standard or some kind of standard into this work, but they're not the same. There's no should, there's no template. Everyone's capacity to connect with spirit is unique. And your unique dialogue or language that you develop with spirit, that happens over time and with experience, and just letting each experience build and be what it is in each moment. It starts with that child's mind, childlike energy, lightness, play, right? Being open. So thank you for spending a few minutes of your time with me today. I hope that what I had to share was helpful to you. And I want to reiterate, if you are feeling the call to perceive energy more deeply, whether you have a practice and you're looking to build confidence in your ability to read energy without any physical tools, or you're just wanting to connect more deeply with your spiritual path in this year ahead, I'm offering a 6-month guided practitioner training called Intuitive Freedom. And we'll learn in a series of 25 weekly lessons how to perceive the energy of anything more deeply in a way that's unique to you using your unique blend of non-physical senses. This training is a combination of weekly lessons that are offered on demand with in-person practice sessions that are hosted on Zoom so that you gain experience along the way. And these sessions are also mutual healing spaces where we'll give and receive healings. So I would love to have you be a part of this program if it's something that resonates with you. I have a lot of information to share, all the nuts and bolts and details on my website for this program. I'll put the link up here and in the comments below, and I invite you to check it out. I also do have a lot of meditations on this channel that guide you in working with energy tools, and that's also a wonderful place to start. So I'll link my guided meditation playlist in the comments below. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next video.